Is my pool leaking? That's one of the most common questions we get. Let me show you a fast, free, and easy way to determine if you have a pool leak. Hi, this is Mark from Gardner, and today I want to talk about pool leaks. I have my bucket, and I'll explain why in a moment. If you think that you have a pool leak, you might think you have to call a professional and pay some good price to have that determined whether or not you actually have a leak. Well, I'm here to tell you that you don't. You can do what's called a bucket test on your own for free. It's pretty simple. First thing I want you to be aware of, though, is if you have an autofill, you may not even know that you have a pool leak. An autofill will continually fill up the pool despite the leak, and the only thing that's going to tell you if you have a leak is if you turn off that autofill and watch it for a few days, or if your water bill is going up. So be aware of that. Now, to do the bucket test, the first step is to turn off the autofill, right? Because you want that out of the picture. What you do is you fill up your bucket maybe half to 3/4 of the way with water from your pool, like I have done here. And you want to mark the level of the water with either tape or a marker. So for example, I can see the levels right here. I'm just going to mark it. You can do it on the inside or the outside. Then take tape, not a marker, but take tape and go to your pool wall and your waterline tile and mark the level of the water of the pool on the waterline tile. Take that bucket, put it on the top step so that it's exposed to the same weather conditions as your pool. Leave it alone for 3 days. Remember, keep that autofill off. Come back in 3 days and either with a ruler or a measuring tape, measure the level of the water to the bottom of the mark in your bucket and level of the pool water to the bottom of your tape on the waterline tile. If those distances, those measurements are exactly the same, you don't have a leak. But if the pool is bigger than the bucket, then you may have a leak. Now this process just determines if you have a leak. It's not going to tell you where the leak is coming from. If you're not planning on remodeling your pool, then you may have to call a pool professional to come in and find the source of the leak. And they'll go through a dye process and figure that out. But if you are planning on remodeling your pool, just tell your contractor about the leak. What they'll do is they'll put your plumbing under pressure as the first step. This will tell them whether it's your plumbing that's leaking or whether it's something from inside the pool. If it's the plumbing, now they may have to call a professional to come in and determine where that leak is so they can dig up that portion and fix the pipe. But if it's from inside of the pool, that will be handled by the remodeling process anyway, because leaks inside pools are going to come from cracks, which they will repair, around lights or other areas like the return line. So that will hopefully be covered by a good contractor. I also want to tell you another secret in the pool industry, and that is when you are replacing your decks and remodeling your pool, a contractor will always putting your plumbing under pressure when they're remodeling the pool. And why is that? It's because when you're digging up your old decks, it's very easy to puncture or cut an existing line. And you won't know it if you're just remodeling the pool until after you fill the pool up with water again and you start running the pump and you discover that you have a leak. So that's why every contractor, you need to inform your contractor that you're replacing the deck as part of the process if the contractor isn't also doing that work, so they can put your plumbing under pressure after the deck has been pulled out. It doesn't have to be after the new deck is installed, but just after the old deck has been removed. And they'll determine if your plumbing is in good shape. And then they can continue their work. Thank you very much.